Going into Week 5 of the NFL, here are 4 players to pick up on the waiver wire. First player is Darren Waller, tight end, Miami Dolphins. I'm expecting him to get increased opportunities with the injury to Tyreek Hill. In his game against the New York Jets in Week 4, he scored 17.7 fantasy points. So looking at the Miami Dolphins depth chart, he is tight end number 1, Darren Waller. And if we look at the opportunities, Tyreek Hill, who's out with an injury, wide receiver, had led the team in targets, 23 targets. So this gives more opportunities to Darren Waller, especially since he's shown good production this last week, 17 fantasy points. He's available in 90% of leagues. Available in 90% of the leagues. Next player is Kenneth Gainwell. Running back, Pittsburgh Steelers. In his last game, he scored 31.4 fantasy points. He took advantage of an injury to the other running back on the Pittsburgh Steelers, Jaylen Warren. So especially if Jaylen Warren stays out, Kenneth Gainwell will have good opportunities, especially since he proved himself by scoring 31 fantasy points. But Jaylen Warren really hasn't secured or established his position as RB1, so Kenneth Gainwell may take his spot. Kenneth Gainwell is rostered in only 30% of leagues, so he's available in about 65% of leagues. 2 out of 3 leagues he's available. Next player is Romeo Doubs, wide receiver, Green Bay Packers. He's rostered in only about 37% of the leagues, so he's available in about two-thirds of leagues, over 60% of leagues. What to like about him are opportunities in terms of targets. He's him and the tight end Tucker Kraft are number 1 in targets on the Green Bay Packers. Tucker Kraft has 20 targets. Romeo Doubs has 19 targets. And in his last game against Dallas, he scored 29.8 fantasy points. He's available in over 60% of leagues. And the final player I'm bringing up is mainly because of the injury to New York Giants wide receiver Malik Nabers. So Nabers is out for the season. And the wide receiver with the second most targets is Wendell Robinson. And he's available in about 46% of the leagues. So New York Giants wide receiver Wendell Robinson. In his best game against Dallas, this is in Week 2, he scored 28 fantasy points. But in the last game against the Chargers, he only scored 4.4 fantasy points. However, with as the quarterback, Jackson Darts, becomes more familiar and comfortable, and with their star wide receiver Nabers out, that's going to give more opportunities to Wendell Robinson. So Darren Waller, tight end, Miami Dolphins. Kenneth Gainwell, running back, Pittsburgh Steelers. Green Bay Packers wide receiver, Romeo Doubs. And Wendell Robinson, wide receiver, New York Giants, are players to consider picking up on the waiver wire going into Week 5 of the NFL. Check out my channel where I will be posting this week more videos about MLB baseball, college football, and the NFL.